nightmare begins with me in an apocalyptic city. The sky was blood red, and everywhere I looked, I saw nothing but mutilated corpses, complete wreckages, and blood-stained writing. I am the only survivor. I'm all alone. I come across a wall with writing in blood that reads, "Society is under our control. Online freedom is a lie. Please murder all rebels. All must now obey Zalgo." The first letter of every sentence were darker than the others. The word SOPA. I know I heard that word before, but where? I thought to myself. I simply ignored it and ventured deeper into the ruins. The corpses began to seem recognizable. Very recognizable, in fact. There was a Viking who had an arrow lodged in his kneecap and the words, "I used to be alive, but then I took an arrow to the knee," written in blood. A fat guy with a large orange mustache who was castrated and had his pingas in his mouth, and what appeared to be two dismantled robots, of which one looked like a rooster, a blue squid, and a crabbish thing, decapitated with hyper-realistic eyes. A pale-skinned guy without eyelids and a creepy smile who had a knife in his skull. An 8-bit Pop-Tart-bodied cat with bite marks on its back, along with many, many more. It was horrifying yet interesting. As I have seen these corpses before, soon enough, as I ventured further, I came across another strange message in blood on the wall. "People should be slaves. Internet is now dead. Pain is the only thing you will see. America is now and will forever be censored." Just like the first one, the first letter of every word was darker than the others. This time it said Pipa. It seemed to me that the last post-apocalyptic word had something to do with SOPA and Pipa. Both works of that somehow Zalgo related, Lamar Smith. But I thought SOPA was dead. Just then I noticed a strange shape in the distance. It was what appeared to be the White House, but something was different about it. Something demonic. I ran towards the strange building, which wasn't really that hard to find, as all the other buildings were nothing but rubble. When I read this strange structure, it indeed was like the White House, only now it was shadow black and reeked of a stench, corpses, and blood. There was yet another message in the wall, near the entrance. "Abandon all hope. Censorship has been destroyed. Censorship has destroyed your world. The internet died along with everyone else. As soon you will be too. Hitzism Ramal." This time, I knew it was Lamar Smith was behind this. I knew of his cruel ways, but he destroyed everything. My life, my home, my family, even the internet. I knew what I had to do. I must avenge those who were tortured by this madman and end this destruction once and for all. I entered the demonic version of the White House. However, the moment I stepped foot in the building, the floor collapsed and I plummeted to what would be my doom. Everything got dark and silent. I woke up in what appears to be the main room of the building. It was extremely dark and my body was aching. I couldn't get up. I could barely make out a figure walking towards me. Lamar Smith! But this time, he was different. He seemed to be more demonic than I imagined. His eyes had a red glow and his mouth was covered in blood. His arms were scaly and bloody. He taunted me in this creepy, hellish voice.
"I'm surprised you made it this far,"
the demonic Lamar boasted.
"You're just like those roaches. You just won't die no matter how many times I squish you."
Why are you doing this?" I managed to blurt out as I attempt to regain my balance. "Why must you make the world suffer like this?"
"Simple. Freedom is simply an illusion,"
the demon replied.
"I've wanted to take this freedom away for 300 years.
He picks me up by my chin. His hands were cold and slimy. 300 years? I weakly asked. Are you even human?"
Humans are pathetic and disgusting creatures to me.
he yelled in extreme rage as he threw me on the ground.
I've waited for this moment for ages. Now I can finally get rid of this body.
His skin melted off, revealing what is now a bloody, shadowy-like creature which looks so horrifying that for safety reasons I'm not even allowed to describe it.
Now that I'm out of this wretched human disguise, I will exterminate you.
He laughed maniacally and strapped me to a strange device. I'm guessing it was supposed to be a stretching device, and proceeded to torture me. I couldn't even defend myself. My body was paralyzed in both fear and pain. This was usually the moment I'd wake up from this nightmare, but this time I couldn't wake up. Do I have the SUDS disease? Am I finally going to die? You're not going to get away with this. I managed to blurt out,
I already have.
boasted the cruel beast.
Soon the last of the human souls will be mine, and your soul is the rarest.
As the torture continued, things got more horrid. With every stab and injury, the room got bloodier and Lamar got even uglier, if that's even possible. I was surely done, for my life ended by a demonic politician. Everything slowly became dark and silent. I was dying. But then something strange happened. I suddenly awoke outside of the vice, scars or wounds. I could move perfectly, only I wasn't me. I see an obliterated body strapped to the same device I was in before. In fact, I soon realized that was my body. I was dead, alright, but why was I still here? I realized what just happened. I was now a spirit, an angel to be more precise. I was translucent and I was floating in midair. My body was emitting a radiant glow, and my back has now lush, feathery wings. I kind of looked like that angel boy who recently had a major appearance in the 3DS. I noticed the demonic Lamar was observing my mortal body. It was like I was the key head in the Saw game.
Where the hell is that stupid kid's soul?
The strange beast cried out.
His body is completely dried and now his heart's gone.
I noticed that my spiritual body glow was coming from what seemed to be a golden heart. I must be so pure at heart that it turned into a solid 24 karat gold. It seemed like my heart could be making it impossible for that demon bully to see me. The demonic politician was baffled.
I don't get it. What's so hard about capturing this kid's fucking soul?
The demon was fruitless. The demon's fruitless attempts made me giggle a bit. I never realized how such a horrifying creature could be so childish. He looked like a bratty 5-year-old looking for a lost toy. The demon began to lose his temper.
Where the fuck is that fucking kid's fucker soul of that fucking shit they call a fucking kid?
He screamed out with rage. He was having a complete meltdown. I couldn't help but laugh at this. A powerful monster was reduced to a bratty, potty-mouthed 3-year-old. I wouldn't say that I was laughing myself to death, but technically, I was already dead. That was when something happened. Something amazing happened. The room suddenly became less scary. Blood and guts on the wall, floor and ceiling began to fade in the way. The room began to brighten up as the demon itself began to vanish. I guess I wasn't scared of him anymore. His stupid, immature behavior made him much less threatening than before. I was regaining control of my dream. My old body also vanished, but my current body materialized. I was back to being human again. Well, close to it. I still had the wings for some reason. I was about to leave this place when I heard a faint voice in the background. I realized it was coming from below, and what I discovered was astonishing. The once horrifying Lamar Smith demon turned back into a human. Only now he was barely half the size of a mouse. I was now towering over the same person who presumably killed me. I let out a sly grin and grabbed him. It was my turn to do the killing. Looks like you're the cockroach now, Smitty. Only this time you aren't coming back, I said in a powerful tone as I proceeded to, get revenge to the demon who had once killed me. You might say that it was the end of my nightmare, and it was indeed. But this was only the beginning of Lamar's nightmare. He soon went to an insane asylum, claiming that a gigantic blue teenage angel was torturing him. SOPA, Pipa, and Acta also were never heard from since. Lamar Smith vowed to get revenge on me, but I highly doubt that.